All right, this is off the cuff again, and I want to talk to you about the Crucible. And basically, it has about four sets of characters in it. It has four teenage girls, a woman out of Africa who was the nanny for the girls, who practiced voodoo and witchcraft, four innocent women whom the girls refer to as Goody, and and then there was the community at large. Part of that community being the parents of the girls and the husbands to the women that were being accused of witchcraft, and the pastor of the church. Now, I want to tell you why the African woman that was the nanny is so important, is because many African Americans in the United States today practice voodoo and witchcraft. Voodoo and witchcraft is actually designed to alter the reality of people in order to arrive at a specific goal, whether good or evil. That is what voodoo and witchcraft does. All right? There's a lot of that going on today. Now, basically, what was happening is that this woman that was practicing voodoo and witchcraft was actually having ceremonial dances in the backwoods, where there was a clearing, where where she was also teaching them voodoo and witchcraft, and she was influencing them to accuse these women of witchcraft with the specific purpose of killing them. And so these four girls actually told their parents, and each set of parents brought it to the rest of the community, talked to the pastor, and had these four women brought forward, for which they had something called a witch trial. Now, this was taking place in Salem, Massachusetts, in about the 1800s. And so basically, it was up to the community, with the influence of the pastor, to test these women to see if they were witches. And basically, the test was, if you threw them in the water and they floated, they were witches, or they were burned at the stake. And if you threw them in the water, they drowned and died, they weren't witches. But the problem is, it's a lose-lose situation. You die either way. So anyway, a couple of the women were executed by burning at the stake, and the other women apparently drowned in the trial. Okay, now, the thing is that there could be no specific evidence brought against these women that would prove the accusations true. That's the first thing. The second thing is, it was hearsay that was brought to the parents, and then the parents to the community, and the community to the pastor who recommended the action. It was these girls that made the accusation. Now, today we have a saying: always believe children when they tell you something. Now, you don't know how ridiculous that sounds to me. When I was a child, I lied. Okay? And I could do it convincingly. I could make you believe something that was not true as a child. Okay? And today, it's not any different. Children can make you believe something that is not true. Now, usually, they are influenced by either an older teenager, maybe over the age of 15, 16, maybe 17, or an adult. And usually that manipulation, usually it comes with manipulation of the emotions. And then the emotions get the brain to churning, and the churning comes up with images. And then the images come out in words. And the next thing you know, one child is convincing 5 kids, then 5 kids are convincing 20. And the next thing you know, the parents are getting a hold of it. And all of a sudden now, an innocent person has been put on trial, and he didn't do anything. And this is all going on without the guy's knowledge. You know what I'm saying? And then the next thing you know, somebody has decided that this guy needs to pay for something that he didn't do. So they get together and they say, oh, let's find his house. We're going to burn his house down. Wait a minute. Let's find him. Let's beat the holy crap out of him. Oh, wait a minute. I got a better idea. Let's kill him. Okay, now, before you go and violate somebody's Amendment 14 rights, you need to be sure that you have evidence for what your children are telling you. Because if you don't have it, and you go and do something against the law in order to right the situation that was never wrong to begin with because your children lied to you, then you are going to pay the penalty. And if there is no justice on earth, you better believe me, there is justice in heaven, and God will impose his justice upon you for what you did. The moral to the story is you don't always believe children. You go by the rule of law. You provide evidence for the claim, understanding that a person is innocent before proven guilty, not guilty before proven innocent, and that the body of evidence must tip the scales to beyond a reasonable doubt. Now, I would like you to think about this, and I would like you to teach the book, The Crucible, in a literature class. and make sure you understand the moral of the story so that you can relate that to them. And then maybe you might want to give them a toothpaste exercise where they squeeze all the toothpaste out and then try to put the toothpaste back in the tube, which can't be done. Damage is irreversible after that, and the toothpaste is unusable. Thank you very much.